Where y'all at, Northwest Indiana? I'm Denina Nash White, and I'll tell you where I am. I'm at Adell's Beach Boutique. Come on in, let's go meet the owner. Where y'all at, Northwest Indiana? I'm Denina Nash White, host of Where y'all at, Northwest Indiana. Um, just for a second, I want to tell you why I started doing this. I thought that when we were talking about supporting black businesses, and I always think that charity starts at home and spreads abroad, what I could do to help impact Northwest Indiana. And I thought about going around to interview businesses and trying to bust some of the myths that we have about black businesses and consumers as well. And so I am here with Miss Adell, the owner of Adell's Boutique. And I'm super excited. I see a lot of stuff in here, and I hope I don't walk out broke. But anyway, so let me tell you what I think about this business. This is not my first time in this business. When I walked in, I thought it was a really quaint shop. When I walked in, I was pleasantly surprised with all the quality clothing that she has. And it's not just for women, it's for men as well. And so I was taken in by all the beautiful clothing. But right now, I'll let her introduce herself to you, and then we'll have a talk about her business.
Okay, my name is Gwendolyn Griffith Adell, and that I still use the Griffith because some people know me by Griffith before they knew me as Adell. I have been in the field of education for, I think this is my 46th year.
Wow.
So a long time.
Long time.
And still moving. I have done just about everything in my profession I wanted to do. So the last thing that I wanted to do, that I've always wanted to do, was to open a business.
Okay.
And that business, I wanted it to be a boutique because I wanted to be able to provide people with items that I know they just can't go anywhere else and find.
So where are you located?
We're located here in the Miller section of Gary, 567 South Lake Street.
I said that it was a boutique and it had men and women's clothing in it. How would you describe? How would you describe?
I would describe it the same way.
Okay.
It's definitely a boutique, and it has things in here for men and women, clothing and accessories.
Well, what makes your boutique different? What makes yours stand out from maybe big box stores or other stores?
Well, definitely my business stands out from big box stores because, number one, the merchandise that I buy and place in this store you will not find in any big box store.
Okay.
Even when I buy the merchandise, I try not to buy more than 2 or 3 pieces of any one item.
Okay.
So you won't come in here and see 6, 7, 8 of the same thing.
Okay. Okay.
Because that's the way I like to shop.
And not only that, I've heard women say that they don't want to wear something that everybody else has on. So actually, that's a good selling point because you have not that many people will be wearing the same thing as you're wearing. I don't mind if I like it. I like it because what I say is that 2 people can wear something and it can look totally different.
It absolutely does, but you don't want 6 people with it on
to show up. 6 people at the wedding.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. So you did talk about how you came up with this concept. It was a passion of yours.
It's always been a passion. Fashion has always been a passion of mine. Um, oh gosh, back in the 1970s when I started working,
Okay.
I was taking my little money that I was making and shopping at Marshall Field,
Okay.
Saks Fifth Avenue. You know, and at that time, you could put things on layaway.
Exactly.
But those things that I bought would last forever.
Okay.
You know, it was important. I wasn't just buying little cheap things that I had to go and buy some more after a month because if you
Okay.
wash it, it comes apart. So I have always uh, liked nice things, and I think other people do too.
They do. They do.
So,
People like quality clothing.
yeah.
Except, I don't know too many people that have layaway anymore, but people definitely like quality
Well,
clothing.
we have layaway.
Oh, you have
Still,
layaway too?
yes,
Okay.
we have layaway because I remember when I used to try to buy things that were quality, that was the way I was able to purchase
Okay.
on layaway.
Okay. So did you hear that, guys? She has layaway, so there's no excuse not to come and patronize Adell's. Um, so what are things that people say about black businesses that you want to speak to?
There are a lot of myths about black businesses, and sometimes people like to think that the black business, oh, they're just out to beat me.
Right.
You know, they're charging too much for this or that, or I don't get the same kind of service.
Right.
And those are all myths.
Right.
Because whenever you come in Adell's, um, anyone who's working in here, and in particular the young lady that I have working in here now, Mrs.
Yes.
Bailey. Mrs. Bailey
Phenomenal.
is excellent at what she does. She's very good at servicing customers, and she's very good in helping anyone put their outfits together. Uh, she does that well.
She's definitely good at selling, because when I came in here, I left out and I wasn't planning on buying anything. So that's totally true. And you know what I think? I just think that when we have money, I think that we buy from all these other people all these years. They've given us bad service. They've given us bad attitude. They've had expensive things. And what do? We go and buy from them. I think that it's time for us to invest in us. I do. And I don't think, I think it's, uh, poor thinking for us to automatically feel like somebody that looks like me is going to give me poor service. Because if you're a business person like you are, you know that repeat business that's the way you make money.
Absolutely.
People like the experience.
Absolutely.
If you give somebody a good experience, they're going to go and tell someone.
Yes.
And everybody that comes into your establishment, as Miss Bailey did, she treats everybody like $100 bill. Because I'm sure I looked like I didn't have too much. But she didn't let me get out of here unless I bought something. So I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. What kind of challenges have you had? Especially since the pandemic has been going on, COVID-19. How has that impacted your business?
It's impacted it a lot. And actually even before COVID-19, because they were doing major construction here.
I saw that.
On Lake Street, and that's where the store is. So every day when I would come this way, and I live out here too,
Okay.
so I would have to take a detour to get to my house or to get to the store. And that's been going on for 3 years. So that has had a major impact. Because we used to have a lot more foot traffic and people out. Well, all of that construction kind of changed that. Then, as soon as we got started again, well, here comes COVID. And now we have to shut completely down. And we shut down in March. And I did not reopen until July 1st.
Okay.
Then, opened in July 1st. In August, they shut the streets down again.
Right.
Because we have some more construction going on.
Okay.
So it's been very difficult, but because of repeat customers and because of the fact that I still work,
Okay.
I can, try to keep things going here. It's the only reason I'm still open.
And you're passionate about, like you said, you're passionate about clothing. But it's one thing, one conversation we had, and it's one thing that I know people value. People people value like great customer service and the experience they have. And you shared with me that you get to know your customers.
Right.
And your customers know that. So tell us about that.
Well, what happens is, because I know my customers and I know what their style is, know what they like, when I go on my trips for buying, I always have them in mind when I'm purchasing. So I'm purchasing for my regular customers, and then I'm purchasing things for other people that I think they might like.
So you're like their personal stylist,
Absolutely,
if you will.
absolutely.
Yeah. And then I know, just like me, when I think of boutique, I think of high end. I think of expensive. Is that necessarily true?
No, it's not necessarily true. Boutiques would be more expensive than your big box stores, but a lot of that has to do with how we have to purchase our merchandise.
Okay.
I don't go to China and
Right.
have anybody in China
Right.
making my the items that I sell here.
Okay.
I try to buy everything American.
Okay.
Most of the products would be from America, and that's how I purchase. So some of it costs a lot to buy the item,
Okay.
and then once you add in the cost of having your store, the space for your store, your employees, your utilities, you
Okay.
have to pay all of that, and you try to add that into the cost of
Okay.
the item so that you can keep your store open. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to keep it open.
So
So
nothing's
there's a
free.
lot that goes into purchasing items, and it's anytime you buy anything in America, it costs more than if you purchase things overseas. But even if you purchase things from overseas, they get you because they charge you almost double to ship it back here to the United States.
Right.
So when you finish, you still paid just about the same amount for what you've gotten. But now, what I try to do here, especially after I've sold things, and if I get down to maybe one piece, I'll put it on a rack for $20. I have
Okay.
a $20 rack in the store that everything on that rack is $20. I run a lot of sales,
Okay.
30%, 40%. We run a lot of 50% sales also. So, I mean, you really need to come in and see and ask questions.
Exactly.
And not just try to make a determination about what's in the store if you've not ever been in it.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that you actually shop with your customers in mind.
Yes.
You buy quality clothing.
Yes.
You have frequent sales.
Yes.
You have a $20 rack.
Yes.
You don't you buy from vendors that or I don't know what you call them. What do you call them?
Manufacturers
that right here in the U.S.
Yes.
So you're employing U.S. people. You're employing people right here.
Absolutely.
And if we come out and we shop in Adell's, we're helping somebody that looks like us. We're helping Northwest Indiana. And so I'm just so I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. And I can see you really taking time and you're really meticulous about really trying to dress women and men.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's great. Okay, so one last time, where y'all at?
567 South Lake Street in Gary, Indiana. And I do want to say one other thing because I haven't mentioned this. During my career, I took the time to go to beauty college
Okay,
for nails.
okay,
So I
That's
am
good.
a licensed nail technician,
okay.
even though that's not what I don't just do a lot of nails because really I don't have time because I still work. But what I did come up with is designing press-on nails
Okay.
for clients. And what I would do is if you stop in the store, you can have your fingers measured,
Okay.
and then I will go, you decide what kind of design you want, and I will make a set of press-on nails just for you.
Now that's different. I have never heard of that. I have never heard of that. And right now, I'm one that always, every time, every 2 weeks, to go get my nails done, go get whatever, and I've been doing it myself. You see, I'm a licensed nail technician too, but I haven't done nails in many years.
I used to go get my nails done every 2 weeks too. And one day I was sitting there thinking, I think I can do that. You know? So I decided to go to school and learn how to do it. And that's what I, for myself, I was doing my own nails. And then, of course, I keep up with every new thing that comes out.
Okay,
and
yeah, that's important.
Yeah, so when, I learned, they started making the press-ons. These are actually gel nails.
They're press-on.
They're press-on, but they are gel.
And they're
They're
gel.
not
I know.
plastic.
I get gel when I go.
They're
I don't
not
have
plastic.
That's
They're
very
actually
pretty,
gel
very pretty.
nails.
Okay.
And, yeah, so this is very convenient because, like I said, I change them every
And you can't
week.
tell the difference. Very innovative. I don't think anybody's doing that. But okay, that's great. So, again, thank you for having us. Thank you for talking
Thank you for coming.
where
I
y'all at Northwest
appreciate it.
Indiana. So come on out, support Adell, stop in and say hi to Tyrell Bailey, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. It's a gym located in the Miller section of Gary. Thank you.
Bye-bye.